What's up, guys? Welcome to this episode of Trucking Vlog. Today, I will be talking about a couple topics. One of them is if a college degree is worth it, and then another topic is basically the states that I enjoy driving through and the states that I don't like at all. And also, basically, an update on my second month as a truck driver. So, just a quick disclaimer that these are my personal opinions, not professional advice. Make your own decision for your career path. So, yeah, let's get started. If you find this content valuable, please like and subscribe. So let's begin with the question of whether a college degree is worth it. So as someone like me with a mechanical engineering degree, I do have some unique perspective. I mean, it's 2025, so a lot of things has changed, and the inflation is basically just keep going up. So I think in 2025, a college degree can be worthwhile investment if you're not paying out of pocket. So I was basically fortunate enough to receive state grants and some scholarship. But if people have, access to state grants or financial aid or scholarship, then yeah, pursuing higher education or college can be a viable option. But if you're covering the tuition yourself, then the cost, often tens of thousands per year per semester, might not justify the investment. There are trade schools, such as those for trucking or electrical work, offer a faster, more affordable path to a career. And basically, believe it or not, I was considering becoming an electrician. So for an electrician journeyman with IBEW, basically just have to work under someone and get all the training and experience. After 4 to 5 years, you can basically earn up to $90 an hour, and that is basically the same time that I spent getting my engineering degree, and I don't even get that much right out of the door. There is also HVAC. They also provide pretty competitive earnings compared to some college graduates. I know a couple people, they finished their trade in HVAC and they are considered like a HVAC plumber, and they're getting about $40 to $50 an hour. That is not including overtime. And also the thing is, at my previous job, some blue collar workers with over 5 years of experience basically earned more than I did as an engineer. However, the job market for certain degrees can be pretty saturated, making employment challenging, a trend that's like noticeable across the industry today, mostly for engineering, I would say. And reflecting on my own path, I don't regret getting my mechanical engineering degree, but if I could revisit my decision, I would definitely explore more other fields as well. I mean, the key is to research whether a degree field is oversaturated before like committing. I will also say yes, money is a good thing. However, if you are not happy at the job, no amount of money can make you stay. So that is definitely another point to consider once you get your degree in. You want to get a degree in doing something that you'll be happy and something that you're actually passionate about. I mean, look at me right now, right? So I think I'm a pretty good example in why you should choose the degree and the jobs or any trade that you're passionate about. Speaking for myself, I think at the end I want to basically work for myself and be my own boss. But right now I'm just going through a journey of what I wanted to do and pretty much experience the both side of the world. A college graduate working as a blue collar. I mean, I think truck drivers should deserve more respects as many other trades blue collar workers, because they do have insane amount of hours doing something that a lot of college graduates are not able to do. I think they should deserve more credits, to be honest. Anyway, now I will basically discuss about the routes that I like the most and the routes that I don't like. So the routes I like are mainly the I-80 corridor from Nevada to Salt Lake City. Basically, it's very nice. It's a straight line all the way through. You can basically see the desert coupled with a lot of the white sands and landscapes in the mountain range, making driving a pleasure. The stretch through Wyoming and Nebraska on the I-80 are equally impressive, particularly during rain, which adds a serene quality to the open plains. The higher speed limit on I-80 basically allow me to travel more efficient. Sometimes there are crosswinds, especially between Wyoming and Nebraska, can be pretty intense, require driving into the wind. And my trainer basically told me that the I-80 is manageable during snows or blizzard, but I haven't unlocked that chapter yet. That is to be coming soon in the winter month, so I am kind of excited to get my winter driving experience in a couple months. Now let's talk about the states that I don't like, starting with the most annoying. So number one is pretty much California. I think every trucker hates California because the 55 mile per hour speed limit for trucks. They basically think that 55 miles per hour can reduce the accident rates, but that is not true. Reducing the speed limit does not correlate to less accidents. I think reduce the speed limit will reduce the severity of the accidents, but not necessarily reduce the amount of the accidents that it will happen. That being said, I don't have statistics on whether if that 55 mile per hour limit it's because there are more DUI drivers in California. I don't know, but it will make sense if there's a more DUI drivers in California because they're trying to reduce the speed limits to 55, so when accidents do happen, it wouldn't be as severe. However, think about it, if you're DUIing, you're probably not going 55 anyway, so I don't know why the speed limit is there in the first place. Besides the speed limits, I don't have anything else against California. I mean, some people say California drivers are kind of crazy compared to other states. I mean, I don't feel that way. I don't know, maybe I've been driving all my life in California, but honestly, I seen crazy drivers that is not from California. I seen drivers that's like from other states, so I can't really speak on that. Okay, so the next couple states that I don't like is Indiana and Ohio, particularly along the I-40, potholes, bumps, and road work. I still remember driving at night. I can't even see the bumps on the road. The truck is just basically all of a sudden just crashing down in like a big pothole, and everything on the truck dashboard got knocked to the ground. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna just use the left lane and not going all the way on the right lane. Not to say left lane doesn't have potholes or bumps, but they are way less often than the right lane. Plus at night there's really not many people in those I-40 corridor. Especially the road work, man, there are road work after road work. And the issue is not road work, it's the fact that they make double lane turn into a single lane, and that single lane is so tight. Literally there is no room to wiggle. Every time I go through that tight road work from Indiana to Ohio, I'm like, yeah, better not have a blowout at the truck, because if there's a blowout, I'm gonna hit the barrier, dude. That's 100% guaranteed. Also, some of the speed limits going through like a tight single lane or tight double lane road work. So basically they have a temporary lane for people that to use. and the speed limits for those are 65. I'm like, even for a car, I know those speed limits are for cars and not for trucks. I get it. But even for cars, 65 going through those tight single lanes and double lanes are still pretty fast, to be honest, because you have to understand there are semi trucks on the right lane and it's very tight. Sometimes my tire are on the line, or if not, like less than 2 inches off the center line. And you're going 65 mile in a car trying to pass multiple semi on the right lane. It just doesn't make sense. And I mean, you have people that are doing more than 65 on the left side trying to pass semis. However, I would say one thing about Ohio is that their truck service stop, it's like a rest stop, but they have everything in there and it's super nice. It's like a mall. They got massage chair, they got souvenir shop, restroom, fast food restaurants and stuff in there. That is one thing I'm giving to Ohio that is actually pretty cool and it's very nice. But yeah, I think this will do it for this episode of Trucking Vlog. I hope you enjoyed the commentary and my Japanese and the scenery. I will see you in the next Trucking Vlog. Have a good one.